It would come as no surprise to practically anybody that the crypto market has seen some of the craziest days in its entire lifetime. Just what we are seeing these days has never seen before. We just hit $4 trillion in the entire crypto market cap. This is going wild. But perhaps you're in the camp that is not even seeing their portfolio at an all-time high just quite yet. Is that normal? The simple answer is, yeah. Many coins like ETH, Solana, and practically almost any other coin, Dogecoin, you name it, are not even close to an all-time high just quite yet. But, well, two things. One, I've got a strategy set up here, which, well, is leading me through this market pretty beautifully. I mean, the profit we have made over the past couple of days has been insane. And second of all, I really still think this is just the start. And I really want to reiterate that. I still think this is just the start. The gains, in my own opinion, are about to get absolutely wild. But, disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. I am not your advisor. I never want to guarantee you anything. I'm not making any guarantees for your results. I'm not making any guarantees for your returns. All I'm showing you is my strategy and what we have been doing. So again, without further ado, let's show some crucial updates because, oh boy, this is interesting. As you all might know, I am long multiple millions of dollars on XRP and a few other coins, right? For example, we've got a $1 million XRP long right here, which is at about $370,000 worth of profit. We've got a few other positions. ETH is looking pretty solid here, even though it's only 200K. Bitcoin here, 250K, looking pretty good at plus 29,000. Virtual's looking bad, but it's only a mini position. And Hype, I just wanted to keep it open. I also had a Solana position, like 50K maybe earlier today, but I closed that already for some profit, as I don't think it's, sometimes it's wise to take some profit here and there. Having said that, today, we made a couple of very big steps. All right, I've been telling you guys about my bot trading algorithms for a long time, but let me just quickly tell you two things. I see my camera got stuck there for a second, but we're all good. First of all, make sure you press that like button if you haven't done it yet, because things are about to get crazy. And to add to that, if you want to join any of these things, you'll find all the links you need down below, even a list to all my stuff, the bots, whatever. You can find it all down below. But what I'll say is, whoa, the profit we have been seeing here on most of these coins has even to me been quite staggering. I mean, we opened Chainlink just 8 hours ago. Bam, look at that. We're up 30%. We opened Ava just yesterday. Bam, 8% up. Pengu, all right, 3 days ago. Look at that, right? It's not crazy, but how much has been able to grid out here? It's just nuts, like 1%, more than 1% a day because of the volatility. Algorand was down because we bought the freaking top, but we bought the dip a little bit, and all of a sudden, right now, it's back 25% up. IOTA, 4 days, up 70%. Hype, down a little bit, but it's okay. It's gridding out those profits. A little bit less than 1% a day, but doing good. Dogecoin, amazing. And here's a very important update. First of all, I'll quickly say that I've changed my XRP bot from the last time, which you might have seen it. What have I done to it? Well, I basically changed the price range from 144, I think, 344, something like that, to 186, 396. I still might have to increase the price here a little bit, because what basically happens is if you have a price range, right, and you get to the top of it, it'll stop trading. But you want to make your range as small as possible so it trades more within that range. So right now, 186 really feels quite low because we've already made such a massive buffer. And so I think is, again, not too crazy to perhaps put this at about probably 2.0, maybe 2.18. Why am I putting it at one of those levels without even checking too much? Well, basically because going from here all the way back down to $2, it's possible, right? But it's quite a small chance. Going up further to $4, whatever, again, it can happen in a snap, but we do not want to do it too quickly. We do not want the bot to buy very little at these levels. We want it to really trade a lot. So I'm going to quickly just only increase our lower limit by a bit. Don't look at these numbers here too much. We press next step, then it'll say what it's going to do. In this case here, our liquidation price is going to go up ever so slightly, but we don't want to reinvest the 66,000 it's made because we like looking at it this way. We press adopt. There we go. We give it just a little second. Well, we don't mind. And again, because if you just keep clicking, I don't think it will change too much, but let's just see modify. Here we go. And there, we've done it. We've changed our price range a little bit, and all it will do is just make sure the buys and sells that the bot automatically does are a bit more accurate. So as the Bitcoin price starts going up further, I will also have to change my range. And even now, I'm thinking 58,900 is too low, but I'll talk about that in just a second. I want to quickly say our 10K to a million challenge, we've been doing really amazing. So I told y'all a while back that we basically are starting with 10,000. Every single time it's in 5% profit, we're going to compound it until hopefully we get to a million over the next few years. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not making any guarantees. I want to quickly make sure everybody understands that. I'm just showing you my results, all right? I'm not your financial advisor. And it's been doing really well. So over the past few days, we've been able to compound loads. Right now we have turned our $10,000 into about $40,000 in roughly 67 days, all public, all viewable, but just watching my videos and streams, as every single time I compounded, it has been documented publicly here in either a stream or a video. As you can see right here, we are at roughly compound number 30. Let's just call it, 29, 30, somewhere in the midst there. It's getting a bit more, it's never perfect 5% that we compound it, but you get the idea. And because the price has been going so crazy of XRP, this compound is also looking juicy. And I'm even thinking of opening up another 10K to a million challenge with Bitcoin, but the problem is we're starting this a little bit late into the run. So it might actually go into the next bull run. Whereas XRP, I hope to have finished by the end of this season, but who knows, right? Also, if you want to get more info, I've always got a video down below where I dive a bit deeper into the bot trading strategies. I'll try to leave another link down below. I mean, the one I have right there is when I opened $500,000 worth of XRP and Bitcoin, of which right now, I gotta quickly tell you guys about that BTC position. Why? Because I changed something. As you can take a little bit of a look right here, I've actually changed the lower bound to about 84,900, as I felt the 58K Bitcoin price mark was just a bit too low, and I updated the grids to about 494. More grids, more volatility, more trades, but just theoretically speaking, less per trade. Different benefits, different downsides. Again, we've also updated the XRP main bot right here to a significantly higher range. My older XRP bot is still a bit of a wider range, and there are multiple different reasons as to why I might want different ones. But overall, when the market is this green, it doesn't matter as much. It's actually more important when the market is very red. When the market is green, since every single one of our trades is going absolutely nuts, and just they keep going, they keep going, they keep going, looking out for the grid profits is not that important, okay? In these type of moments, we care about the real P&L instead of the grid APR. But in bad times and more stable times, we care more about the grid APR. Then again, to find a nice balance, I have both longs open and the bots. The bots basically protect me from downside. Why? If the market does indeed all of a sudden move back down, the nicest thing is these are automatically buying, and again also automatically selling, right, as the price goes back up. But more importantly, they are automatically buying on their way down, and they mostly are not fully all the way in. Let's say we put 5K in and it's a 5x long, so it's a $25,000 bot, right? It doesn't add everything. In this case here, I believe it only added about half. If you do some quick math, about 37 times, let's say 325, it added about $12,000, so let's say about half indeed, and it kept the rest to trade with, right? So the official amount that you're in is significantly less, right? So that's why also I can do significantly higher amount in these bots, because it's not going to be all the way in until, again, mostly the bottom of your price range. That's why, theoretically speaking, I could put the range really, really high and just add way more money to the bot as well, because it's relatively going to always be in less, but again, it's always to find a balance in there. Anyway, to get back to it, the altcoin market caps are just absolutely going crazy, but in the grand scheme of things, they really aren't that groundbreaking. They're just good. And I mean, the crypto market just hit $4 trillion, which is wild. But once more, if we're just taking a look at alts, for the most part, we have not hit an all-time high at all. Matter of fact, we still have some pretty good gaining to do. Still have like, what, look at this, right? We still have like 10% more up to go for the entire altcoin market cap before we are beating the highs of December. And the fun fact is, the market is looking so much more primed now because Bitcoin has freaking 120K. Like, what are we talking about? Yet still, alts have not beaten that. So we are looking at alts thinking, whoa, they've been doing super, super good. When the reality, they've been doing okay. They've really not been doing that amazing. And I want to remind y'all of one more very, very crucial thing. And this may come as a surprise to some people. But in a bull market, in a good market, the market tends to trend for tremendous amounts of time. And the reason I opened some longs here and why I said I'm going to basically buy 50 to 100K every single day worth of positions is because even though I can get absolutely wrecked if the market moves down a bit, I mean, if I can, in my opinion, right, get through that, I think it's pretty easy sailing for even higher highs and higher highs and higher highs. And if I look back at all the previous times where the market went this crazy, if I had just kind of numbed my senses of, take TP, which is take profit, and just went a bit crazy for a bit longer, I could have doubled my profit or so in just a few days. If we take a look at XRP, a good example. If I had yesterday at my height of 305 or whatever, where I thought the main resistance was at, which turned out to be true, if I had gotten rid of everything, I would have missed the entire 20% move of today, right? And since I want to prevent that, by the way, I'll be streaming tomorrow again, or in a few hours probably. Tune in, probably in like 8 hours. I'll be streaming again for a long time. But to prevent that, I'm just doing things piece by piece. I'm cashing out a little bit whenever the market goes up a lot, like we cashed out like 40K in the last day or two. At the same time, though, we also upped this trade significantly. We've been up in the rest of the trades. Why? Because we feel as if the market is moving up. But we also keep in the back of our heads that these coins are doing so well. We're basically at all-time high territory, that we shouldn't be surprised if one of these days we just have a nice little 10% bounce, 10% move down or so, just to shake a lot of people back into reality, make them think the bull is over, make them think this is not an altcoin season, and then we continue. And to prevent yourself from really losing your mind if that happens, again, that's why we do not go all in ever. That's just me. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not guaranteeing you nothing. I am not claiming to be a guru. I do not want any rich, quick scheme, things like that. No. If I'm talking about these bots, if I'm talking about these platforms, it's because they all intuitively make sense. If they don't use them, right? Again, the whole concept here is what I've done with my bot. The way I set it up is it basically buys as the market goes down lower and sells as it goes down up. You might think, oh, but that's amazing, right? Yeah, you could do everything manually by setting up orders, just keeping it going, but this is just a bit easier. And again, you can just watch my videos for a while, not taking any action. It's completely fine. I'm not forcing you to do anything. I'm just explaining what I'm doing, a random guy on the internet, and I'm leaving the blueprint for anybody to follow if they wanted to. But again, nothing in this world is guaranteed. It all makes sense though. If coins go up, we do really well. If coins go down, we're not loving that unless they also go back up so the bot can sell, right? You can see here, it only needs to go up tiny amounts for it to be able to sell, but still it needs to go up regardless, otherwise not so nice. But yeah, the results speak for themselves. You can take a little look at all the bots and how they've been doing. ETH in just 5 days. We're up 65% on that. Things are awesome, but you never know what's going to happen tomorrow, right? So yeah, things are doing really good right now. I'm happy I opened link 8 hours ago. And if you want to join, I'll leave some links down below. This platform is 𝗓𝗠𝗪𝗓. The other one is 𝗓𝗶𝘀𝗰. You can check them out. Links are down below. That's about it.